Kurtz, and my intended major is construction engineering.
Okay. Hi, I'm Michael Dacanay, and I'm majoring in computer science.
Hey, I'm Maddie Blume, and I'm a biomedical engineering in 10.
Hi, I'm Maxwell, and I am mechanical engineer in 10.
Hi, so our FEDD project was the bubbler blower machine, and the requirements for the bubble blower machine were that it had to continuously blow bubbles for 1 minute. It couldn't have any professional bubble blower machine parts. We had to create our own bubble solution, and it had to be under $40.
So we chose an electric bubble blower over a wind-powered bubble blower because electric bubble blowers are easier to control and more reliable. And so here's a diagram of our electric bubble blowing machine. As you can see, there are two 3-volt batteries which send their power over to the switch. The switch controls whether the power or the electricity is sent to the two motors, which is then sent back around.
So for the materials we used to construct our bubble blowing machine, we chose to use poster board like this that we cut and hot glued together. We chose this over wood because we thought it would be lighter, so it'd be more portable and cheaper, which would give us the option to make multiple prototypes if we needed to without worrying about going over budget. And then to make our bubble blowing machine up here, we used toothpicks and we attached them to rings from the top of bottles. And we picked those because they were light, free, and environmentally friendly. And so then the other thing about our bubble blowing machine goes back to our electricity, and that's because we chose to use these two batteries here instead of connecting to an actual power source, because then it can be picked up and moved without having to worry about an outlet or a cord or anything.
Alright, throughout our engineering design cycle, we ran into a few challenges, and we had to modify a few things to ensure our bubble blowing machine worked at the most efficient. And one of those things was to use smaller rings for our bubble wands, because we found that with the bigger rings, it took too much air to blow bubbles. Another thing was that using bottle caps, they have the ridges on the outside that didn't allow the bubbles to disconnect from the wand, so we had to flip the bottle caps inside out. And the third thing we did was we altered the proportions in our bubble solution so it could blow the best bubbles.
Okay, so at Fed Day, we didn't place, but our bubbles did blow for a minute. We met all the requirements, and the judges seemed pleased.
So from this FEDD project, I've learned and taken away a few tips. So one of the things that I've learned is how to cultivate professional relationships, especially with future coworkers. I learned that it's important to have a positive working environment and create relationships so that it's fun working. And also, I also learned about time management and making sure when given a project that we start in advance, well before the deadline. So we're not cramming everything in at the last moment. And the final thing is scheduling and being able to work with other people's schedules and understanding that we don't have the same class schedules, and so we have to kind of maneuver and create openings where we can all meet together. And that was a big thing that I learned.
One thing I learned from the FEDD process was the importance of the engineering design cycle and leaving time to improve upon some of the things you might make, because as much as you want it to work perfectly the first time, it's not going to, and being able to analyze where you could improve things is really crucial to maximizing your potential output and doing it the most efficiently.
Overall, I thought we did really well with our FED project, but if there were a couple things I could change, the first one would be researching different designs that we could have done, because we kind of just picked one idea and made small variations to that. And The second thing I would have changed was to make a more concrete schedule so we didn't have to talk every week about when we were going to meet and where it was going to be.
If I was to give any advice to incoming freshmen next year about the FEDD project, I'd tell them not to be overwhelmed at first. You're going to get your assignment and it's going to seem like a lot to do and you don't really know where to start. But if you just break it down piece by piece, it's really not that bad. And going along with that, the most important thing is spacing out your time, making sure you're not rushing at the end, and that way you won't be stressed, you'll just get everything done on time, and hopefully FEDD Day will be a success.